This was easily one of the most underwhelming moments I've had so far in Europa Universalis 5. I was playing an Iron Man campaign as England in the 1440s when I got an alert that said that the War of the Roses disaster might fire, and immediately that caught my attention. Historically, the War of the Roses was a long and brutal struggle over the English throne, fought between the House of York and House of Lancaster. It's one of those defining moments in English history. And by the way, it was dubbed War of the Roses not because the sides gave flowers to one another, but because both of the fighting houses used roses as their symbols. It dragged England into years of instability, power struggle, and shifting alliances, before finally ending with a marriage that brought the Tudors to power. So naturally, there was a lot of gameplay potential for the game to narrate this event. Expecting chaos, I started preparing. I braced for internal conflict, and maybe even a full-blown civil war, as it happened historically. We had this disaster in EU4 as well, and in EU4 there were lots of rebellions associated with this disaster, so I had to prepare. And then the event started. There were two choices to pick as the heir, and I chose House Lancaster, and that was it. The disaster ended almost immediately without even beginning. House York simply accepted the outcome. Aside from a change in heir and some stability swapping, nothing really happened. Moments later, I even got end of the War of the Roses event, and that was the entire experience in my campaign. For something labeled a disaster in the game, which is also rooted in such a dramatic historical conflict, this disaster felt surprisingly brief and inconsequential. So let me know, have you experienced this disaster in your campaigns, and how did it go for you? Was the disaster that I experienced broken in my campaign, or is it the same for all of you? Let me know in the comments. And I think in my campaign this was certainly the choice of the roses rather than the War of the Roses, and certainly not a disaster. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe.